It's Bob Sansevere here with Pioneer Press Deputy Sports Editor John Pluym. John, how about those Vikings?
How about them?
0-4. If they don't make some changes, make some things better, it'll be 0-5. And oh is me or woe is me. I mean, they're already at that stage. A lot of people are talking about Donovan McNabb. Do you stay with him or do you make the switch? Frankly, this season is not going to go anywhere. They're not going to make the postseason. You got two teams in the division at 4-0, and these are not teams. The Packers aren't going to crumble, and I don't think the Lions are a mirage. There is talent on that team, so they're not going to come close to catching either one of these teams. Why not find out? And I had this conversation with a former Viking quarterback named Fran Tarkenton, had some success in the league. You may remember him. Give the kid a chance and see what he can do. You got to find out if he can be your quarterback or not.
Yeah, I don't know what the reservation is at this point because if you look at the first four games, almost everything points back to the play at the quarterback position. When you win, the quarterback gets all the praise. When you lose, it all falls on the quarterback. They can't convert third downs. They had a chance to win the game Sunday, and McNabb couldn't make the play to Shenko, on fourth down. He had two passes batted down after not having any batted down, in the first 3.5 quarters. So, the opportunity is there to make the switch. At some point, Leslie's got to get past this Chili-esque stubbornness that he's been showing and make the move to Ponder. Let's see what this kid can do because right now they're in the running. They're in the suck-for-luck position to get Andrew Luck from Stanford.
And everyone raves about Luck, but there's no guarantee that he's going to be what everyone is anticipating he could be.
This kid's a great athlete. He's an incredible quarterback. He called his own plays for like 6 or 7 series on Saturday. They ran this double reverse trick play where Luck went out on a pass route and made a one-handed catch along the sideline. There are can't-miss prospects. I think Peyton Manning is one of those. But I think this kid's the next one.
Well, there are guys also that were in the can't-miss category and did miss, and guys that like Tom Brady and Joe Montana and Fran Tarkenton who people missed on. There are things that there's no guarantee. Yes, he looks like he'd be great, but right now, find out if this could be your guy. And if Ponder can't be your guy, much like Jimmy Clausen couldn't be the guy in Carolina, and they wound up getting Cam Newton, you got to find out if he can play or not.
Well, let's be honest here. It's not just the quarterback either. They have so many issues. Let's start with the secondary.
That is a major issue.
Antoine Winfield, you might as well move him back to safety and put Sanford and Johnson on the bench. Both of those guys are just horrible. They showed it again on Sunday. Sanford flamed on a tackle at the 3 or 4 yard line trying to tackle Dwayne Bowe. They put Johnson in for 2 plays. They ran a screen. They ran a dig route. He got beat on both of them. And Cedric Griffin, 3 games in a row now, he's been beat deep on a sideline route. He's given up touchdowns. There's no doubt the guy's not healthy coming off the knee injury. Bring in Brandon Burton, the 5th-round pick, and let him play some corner.
Well, you know what? I happen to agree about making the move for Antoine back to safety. Great tackler. He is getting older. He could give you leadership and direction back there, but who do you plug in, like you're saying? Give this kid a chance.
Put Griffin in it. Move him to slot and let him get healthy, playing in the slot, and put Burton out on the corner. They've given Asher Allen every opportunity in the first 2 seasons. He hasn't proven he can get it done. They got to see what these young kids can do. The other issue they have is you've got EJ playing in the middle of this cover 2 defense. He's having a lot of problems with his knee. They're getting killed in the middle of the field, absolutely killed because he can't make a play. Move Greenway to middle linebacker and bring in somebody else, maybe Everson Griffin to play his spot, but get some younger
Let me ask you a question.
athletes on the field.
Who signed their other linebacker from last year? Who wound up signing him? They let him go. They didn't re-sign him.
Farwell?
No, not Farwell. Not the special teams guy.
Oh, Lieber?
Yeah, Ben Lieber.
I don't know. Lieber.
But he played on pass. He was in pass coverage.
He did, but I don't know that he'd make much of a difference right now. I think he was at.
Well, you're griping about one guy. I'm trying to give you a solution.
I'm just saying he was at the end of his career anyway.
Oh, I don't think he was at the end of his career.
Yeah, I do. I think look what he's doing in St. Louis. What are they, 28th in the league in defense? He's having a heck of a
They might have been 29th if he wasn't there. You got to look
at
at that.
I guess the fact of the matter is they have so many issues in so many places. We haven't even talked about the offensive line. Phil Lodeholt, 3rd season now, comes in camp. He's in great shape. The guy gets called for a minimum of 2 to 3 penalties a game. He can't get it done. Charlie Johnson, it might have been wishful thinking to bring him in from Indy, blocked for Peyton Manning. He's horrible. Hutchinson's on the downside of his career. Herrera, he's average to below average, and Sullivan he's about as average as they come. I mean, that's the other issue of putting Ponder behind.
So wait a minute.
Do you put Ponder behind an offensive line like that?
Well, you want to do that. Listening to you, are you predicting an 0-16 season? Is that where you're heading with this?
No, I think they're going to finish 3-13. I only see maybe 3 games out there that they can win.
A Steckellian performance.
Les Steckel, yeah. This is probably the worst season since Steckel.
Now
It has to be.
That would be a frightening thought.
It would be.
And I'm sure we'll know if the frights continue as the season wears on.